Football, not soccer. Sorry, not sorry, my American friends. The biggest sporting event of the year, the World Cup, is finally here. And while Nigeria somehow managed not to qualify, which still hurts, by the way, and despite this World Cup not having a theme song like Waka Waka or Waving Flag, something that really touches me, there's something football always reminds me of: teamwork. A few years ago, we worked on the Google Search Sports campaign here in Nigeria. This was around the same time as the Settle It Research campaign, and I had the absolute privilege of working with the dream team. Chike was the writer, Samuel Olondari was the art director, and I was the man that brought everything together in addition with creating the final animation and visual. So when we got the initial brief from the client, we already had the idea that, okay, everybody uses Google for different reasons, right? But in this particular season, the client wanted to ramp up the search for sports. So be it football results, whatever it is, the client wanted it to be that Google was tied into that. And it was around this time also that you would notice when you type maybe something about a particular country or club, if there was any match that was being played around that time, you will see a bit more results and a bit more info that you did not even ask for in the first place. So to tie all of that together, this was one of the campaigns that the clients had initially thought of. The idea was going to be one word that illustrated what was being shown on screen. So whether it's linked you to a live score, whether it linked you to a comparison start between two different major stars, because I remember one of the ones that we did was, who is your goat? We had a literal goat, but we also had the icon of a goat. Because Google did not have any ongoing deals at the time with any club or country, we could not straight up show all of these things directly without having a copyright issue, but we could allude to them. And this was all we did. So with creative writing and creative designs and the animations also, we were able to deliver a quality that surpassed whatever the clients could think of. I remember during the initial session of writing all the different things, there were things that we wrote out, and there were some that were maybe a little bit too risque that we did not end up using. There were some that were a little bit too on the nose, and there were those that were just perfect, that the moment the client saw them, the client was like, oh, this is it. This is what we want to do. What we ended up with was a client who was wowed with everything that we had delivered to the table. And not just that, but it was also the results. In all of this, one very important thing that I've learned, and I still keep learning, is while you can be brilliant on your own, you don't want to do that in a silo. Great work rarely happens because one person is brilliant. Yes, brilliance individually is great, but you see, it works best when brilliant people come together to bring their best, and then the result speaks for itself. It's something that I have learned before. I keep learning on every new project, and I will never stop learning. The results spoke for themselves. Millions of impressions, hundreds of thousands of engagements, and a campaign that made each and every single one of us that worked on it very proud. The lesson? Creative work is a team sport. No one wins the World Cup alone. Yes, you can have a superstar or a talisman, right? But at the end of the day, one person does not get to play against 11 people. And that's the same way it works in creativity. No one builds great campaigns alone. You need to work in a team. You need to trust the people that you're working with to put in their best, the same way you're putting in your best. So here's a question for you. What's the best team you've ever worked with? And if you're looking to build your dream team for your next campaign, we'd love to help. That's it for this video. Don't forget to engage. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.